Continuing with the reading section, matching type of questions. So today I take up the second question, that is matching features. I am Navneet Chandra from Just Evaluate, and let's begin. Hope you all can see my screen. Now, if we see here, what are matching features? What sort of questions are matching features? Well, here what you have to do is you have to match the questions with some important information in the passage. If supposing some work has been done some by some distinguished historians or by some kings, queens, maybe the names of the kings and queens would be given, and the work that they have done would be given in the passages. So you need to match the two correctly. And you will be given ample hints as to how to go about it. And this is quite simple. The most difficult one, that is matching headings, which students find quite challenging, that I'd already taken up yesterday. All those who have not watched that video, you can go to my YouTube channel, Just Evaluate, and watch it again. Or you can go to my Facebook page, Ielts Made Easy. You'll get all the videos related to Ielts in detail. So let's begin. Now, matching features, important information has to be matched with the questions. Then it could be maybe some inventions are given in the passage and the scientists' names are given. And in the question, you have to identify which scientist has made which invention. In similarly, maybe some tribes would be given and you have to match it to the regions that they belong to. So, like this, there are many questions, different kinds of questions. So, now why are such questions given? It is to assess a student's ability to understand the main ideas, details, and specific information, whether it's the name of a person or it's an year that they want from the comprehension passage, where they can get some extract out of it or not. So, it's slightly tricky, but okay. Now, what strategies should you keep in mind? Read the questions first. Keep all the keywords in your mind, whatever you can remember. Go to the passage, take up the first paragraph, read the paragraph. Here, you can apply skim and scan. Go to those particular words, relevant words, highlight those, and then try and match it with the information given in the question. Now, what is the most important annotation trick that you need to remember is that mostly the answers will be names, maybe some scientists or some regions, like names of people, places. So you can, if you're giving a paper test, you can just put those names in bracket. Others who are giving a computer-based test can highlight and then you match. So these are pretty simple. Let me just explain it to you with an example. So, if we talk about Buckingham Palace, you know it's the royal residence in London, King and the Queen. So, how it all began, when did it become the royal residence or the private, when did it become the official residence of the Queen, and which king was more involved in its architecture? So, all that is here. Now, these are the questions which are given here. So, these are some important names who are mentioned in the passage above and some work they have done which is related to them. So that's why their names are here. And they are all given an alphabet. So Queen Victoria is A, King George the Third is B, Queen Charlotte is C, Edward Bloor and John Nash, John Nash, both are D, Duke of Buckingham E, British people F, and Charles Long G. So if you know, okay, the answer is Queen Victoria, you don't write full Queen Victoria. You just have to write A, like I've done here. So If you want the answer is Charles Long, so you just write the alphabet G. At times, students forget this and write the entire word, which can go against you. So you just have to write these. If they've asked you that write the alphabets signed to these kings and queens, please do so. Now see, first read the questions very quickly. First is extensive use of brightly colored architecture was advised by this king in the early 19th century. So we have to look for this king who advised the use of brightly colored architecture. Now just remember, here also synonyms and paraphrasing will be used. In the early 19th century, so thankfully we have this early 19th century. So we know we have to go up and find the early 19th century. So let's see if we can do so. Okay, this is during the 19th century. Okay, if we see the last paragraph, here you see early 19th century. So brightly colored on the advice of Charles Long. So there's who advised? This king had advised. So what's the name? Charles Long. So you come back here and mark the alphabet that Charles Long has been assigned, and that is denoted by G. Okay, now see the second question. Buckingham Palace became the official residence of the British monarch in 1837 when this queen ascended her throne. When a particular queen ascended her throne, it is at that time that the official residence of the British monarch was Buckingham Palace. Okay, came the official residence. Look for 1837 on the accession of Queen Victoria. Which queen? Queen Victoria. So what alphabet has been assigned to Queen Victoria? A. So we know the answer to this is. Next is, it was acquired in 1761 as the private residence by this king for his wife, Queen Charlotte. So when dates are given, you know it's very easy to go there. 1761. Okay, so here. It was acquired by George III as a private residence for Queen Charlotte. So this is quite simple. Now, if you look at the fourth question, so B will be written here since Edward III, sorry, King George III has been assigned, being denoted by the alphabet B. Now, then comes the fourth question, that is Buckingham Palace is a central point to congregate during joys and sorrows. Congregate means to collect, where everybody collects. So, see if we can find this, that during joys and sorrows, Buckingham Palace is the central point. Okay. So, if we see this first paragraph, last line, focal point. Focal point means central point. So, you should know the synonyms or the point that is in focus for the British people at times of national rejoicing and mourning. That means being happy and being sad. So, who? The British people. They congregate here at the Buckingham Palace whenever there is happiness or sadness in the country to show their support. So, it is the British people, and the answer is. Now, all the questions have been solved, and these are pretty simple. So, you need to practice more and more. As I mentioned earlier, also, that practicing is the key to score a perfect score. So do study hard, work hard, and keep practicing. I'll be discussing the third matching question, that is matching information, in 2 days' time. See you then.